Right. Okay, that's all I can do for today. Once I get the report back tomorrow regarding the recharge fluid, I can decide my next move. Leave now? Yep, it is time to go. So welcome back to the Tales of the Neon Sea. Charles, I'm heading home now. Don't forget that recharge fluid. Don't worry, I'll have the results tomorrow. Okay. So welcome back to the Tales of the Neon Sea. We are investigating murders, missing robots, and all sorts of stuff. It's a really interesting story. Let's find out what's going on. That poster of the singer Cheryl, taken from her dressing room and lost for 13 years, now turns up in Brank's apartment. Why? Is someone trying to send a message? This feels like the work of Noah. So this mysterious Noah has turned up quite a lot, and we're still really not too sure who it is. It's referenced as some kind of character from our past, but we just don't know. The nanofluid in that machine seems to have a supporting relationship with the brain implant device. Could they be working together to control the robot's behaviour? Are the missing robots the work of Noah as well? Damn it, nearly everything was lost in the explosion. Where the hell is Brank? If I don't get to the bottom of this soon, more robots might be taken. Come on, Charles, I'm counting on you. Okay. So we have questions. Oh, wow, we're going to be the cat again? Nice. This is William, our cat friend. How did I get back here before that idiot? Oh, well, okay, but I say friend. I thought he was a friend. Didn't he leave under the bridge before me? Okay, we are playing as William. Nice. So we have... what can we do up here? Let's have a look. This is a strange, quite addictive machine. Rex once spent a whole day with this machine. A whole day? With what? A computer? Crazy talk. Who would do that? So we can go through there to see what else we have around. Okay, nothing much. Oh, do we have we don't have any objectives at the moment. No mission objectives, so I guess we'll just have a look around. The quickest way to travel is to use the vent. Where should I go, Meow? Let's go to the living room. Just explore and see what we can find, I guess. Oh yeah, there was a massive party going on here. If you saw a few episodes ago, there was a big old cat party going on. And, what have we got up here? Okay, was there any need for that? Just being a cat, I suppose. Well, here we go, we have Connie. Hey there, little guy, you got home late. Hi Connie, why are you still here? I've been waiting for you. Like I would believe that. Well, the boss and Bradley were organising family stuff, so I was getting bored. Anyway, now that you're here, let's have some fun. Sorry, Meow, today was exhausting, and I'm pretty swiped. Crazy. We have another cat there. Well, let's chat to this one. Martin. Well, look who it is, Meow. Nice to see you again, William. Are you reading a book, Meow? Meow, don't they just say meow? I just love human books. Take this one for instance, The Illustrated Guide to Feline Mating Rituals. The book's really well kept here, like they're new. Actually, I think most of these books were never opened. How's it going with the Bourbon family? The family made peace with the biocats, Meow. The boss himself went to the meeting, and I heard those biocats just couldn't wait to join us, Meow. I found out afterwards that someone from my family started the conflict on purpose, but the boss wants to deal with this himself, so I get a couple of days to relax, Meow. That's why you're killing time reading books here? Meow, reading is a good way to kill time. Reading is learning, honing your mind, and these illustrations really are something, yeah, I bet they are. Meow, whatever you like to call it. So, there was an interesting thing with the boss. I had a suspicion that the boss of the cats here was a little bit dodgy. Classic ROM game, Mad Magic. This is a classic ROM that they stopped producing 100 years ago. This is the 28th retro version. Okay. Oh, we can go and put that in the computer maybe. Maybe we can actually play a little game. Let's go and have a look. We'll go to the other location as well, just to search around. We'll go to the workshop. Ah! He's there. Meow, this is the smart-ass robot BBX. Don't tell me he's going to explode again. Looks like we're fixing him up. Oh yeah, because we got that chip at the end of the last episode. Reboot complete. BBX is fully operational. Charles's military chips are quite useful. I should ask him for more next time. What a day, but still no update on Brank. Hopefully Charles will have some good news in the morning. Well, I guess it's time to hit the sack. Cool. Let's have a little look around. So we can talk to BBX. Hi, Meow. Hello, William. It's been a long time. You look well. What? BBX can understand what I say? Has he evolved? Hi, Meow. Hello. Okay, there. So yeah, nothing else we can say there. Anything else interesting to find? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go back to the computer then, see if we can use this ROM. That's good to see BBX is finally fixed. We want to go to the... Oh, no. I've got a little sticky key on my controller here. Let's go to the bedroom, I think. Yeah, and see if we can use that ROM on the computer. I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah. Stick the ROM in. Okay. Oh, it's this. We had to go on this before. Oh yeah, this was cool. See if we can beat our previous score. Oh, can I get through? Yep. Oh no! Oh, that was lucky. I thought I was going to smash. Now this was it here? No, it was one of these. Oh, is this the same? Feels different. Well, that's beaten my previous high score. Oh, I think it was... Oh, that tricked me. Well, okay. No, we'll leave that there. That's fun. But yeah, so what do we want to do now? Maybe you can just go to sleep. Oh, here we go. It's getting late. Maybe I should rest. Yeah, I think we've done everything we need for rest. Going to bed will end today's story. Are you sure you want to sleep? I mean, I think I've done everything, right? I've done the computer. I've talked to everybody. Yeah, let's go to sleep. A lot happened today. I need a good night's sleep. Excuse me. Oh, chapter 3. The Siren is a Fiend. What does that mean? Beep beep, wake up, you idiot. Shut that noise off. Don't make me regret fixing you. Initiating self-destruct sequence. No. Now things really feel like they're back to normal. Okay, I'll get up. Go prepare breakfast or something. Oh, there's still the cat. Okay. Can we talk to BBX? News report. The Interstellar Alliance has detected a signal from Sagittarius, the cause of which is being hotly debated online. Many believe this is a signal from an extraterrestrial civilization, and have attempted to prove this by referencing previously received signals of unknown origins. Experts have downplayed this theory. More details are emerging of the new fuel source discovered in an ice mine in Siberia. It's estimated that the new energy resource, once refined, will be able to support up to 120 years of global energy consumption. Breaking news. A disturbing sculpture made from both human and robot body parts has been found in the Underbridge district. The horrific act appears similar to an unsolved serial murder case from years ago, as the murderer finally returned. Ooh, now that sounds weird. I remember this case. Ah, I knew it would make another move, but I didn't think it would be. So I guess this is that Noah. Oh, here we go. Flashback. We're actually going to finally find out what happened. Because these events have been hinted at many times, but we just don't know what's been going on. Okay, Noah, the killer, mastermind of the sculpture murders, and the target of the Special Mission Squad's manhunt. He has committed several horrifying murders, and the victims have included both humans and robots. His technique is exceptionally cruel. After killing his victims, he mutilates their bodies and forms them into half-human, half-robot sculpture. These sculptures are all inspired by the new god Son, and there is always a worship circle drawn at the crime scene as well. It can be concluded that Noah is a fanatical follower of this new god. Several police officers have died in pursuit of Noah to date, and Noah has continued to claim the lives of many innocent civilians. This ends today. Our intelligence staff has pinpointed Noah's hideout, and we're determined to catch this monster this time. Should the target resist, you have orders to shoot on sight. Inspector Royd will take it from here. Alright everyone, listen up. We all know how dangerous this maniac is, so pay attention to the plan. To ensure we nail him this time, local police will be providing support for the Special Mission Squad. The assault will proceed as follows. Team G131 reporting. We have arrived at checkpoint A and are awaiting instructions. Team G310 reporting. We have arrived at checkpoint F, awaiting instructions. Team G311 reporting. We have arrived at checkpoint R. It's under control. We're waiting for further orders. Team G113 and G114 reporting. We have surrounded the back entrance of the target building and are awaiting further instructions. Reporting to Central Control. All teams are ready at their designated points and the Phase 1 of the plan is underway. Please advise. Attention all teams, you're agreeing to proceed to Phase 2, get ready to move. Attention all teams, begin Phase 2, move, move, move! Yeah, lots of gunfire. Explosions. I'm guessing that must have been successful. Something's happened. We need to hurry up. Just like you predicted, Noah set a trap. We need to be careful. Maybe they weren't successful. Relax, we're prepared for this. I just hope we can avoid more casualties. We're running out of time. Have you hacked the defense? Almost. Okay, defense is deactivated. Is this Noah's hideout? Abel, these biological storage containers. Looks like we were right about Noah's genetic disease. The lab seems deserted, but Noah could be hiding anywhere. We must be careful. Oh, nice. Okay, let's have a look around. It's got some internal organs, maybe spare body parts. I'm not sure. Do we really know exactly who this Noah is or what he's all about? Oh god, what's going on here? A bio-clean room? Is that a person in there? I should go in. Any biological infection won't affect me. Stay alert, Rex, and watch my back. It's Liana Totti, and she seems to be in some sort of trance. I'll try to wake her. You check the rest of the area. Roger that, call out for the assistance. We don't actually know who that is, do we? Okay, so I'm going to look around. Nothing much we can do. Okay, we can go this way. Check. Oh, what's this? So many records, very professionally kept. Damn, looks like we tripped some kind of backup security system. No, it doesn't sound good. Oh god, what is this? What's going on? If he's still alive today, he must have solved the problem of the dissolving skin. I was so close to catching him that time. Hey, is everything alright? You've been staring at nothing for a while. Just give me a moment. Phone ringing. Rex, did you hear about the big case this morning? Yeah, I heard the news. Are you sure it was him? Can you give me some time at the crime scene? You already know, but... What? Is there a problem? The problem is we haven't been to the crime scene yet. Why not? I'm coming over now. The police can't get into the Underbridge district right now. The king is probably holding them up, although that's not necessarily a bad thing. If Noah really is behind this, I'll need to be ready. I think I should break out my little friend just in case. Oh, his little friend. Okay. Right, well, okay, let's have a think. Yeah, we've got nothing to examine here. So, he was on the trail of Noah, and Noah obviously got away. And has just disappeared for 13 years? Interesting. So all the documents on Noah and the linked cases are here. I won't ever be able to forget about this investigation. So we can actually... Okay, so we can follow... Okay, let's have a look at this case. Okay. So Arthur Forey Town, Alter State, murder. Lisa, Caucasian female, 27 years old. The victim was an ordinary civilian housewife. The witness is the victim's husband, Mandy, who is the deliveryman of the town. The witness found the victim murdered when he got back home from work. The murderer mutilated the victim's body and created some type of sculpture with the body parts and a damaged town robot. Blood and suspected murder mutilation tools were found at the crime scene. Nothing relevant to the murder was found, so Mandy is considered the prime suspect at the moment. Addendum: Mandy developed depression after the murder and committed suicide a year later. Note number 1. No conclusion can be made regarding the situation of the missing organs due to a lack of information. Note 2. Following a bizarre murder of the Starlight City singer, investigators brought up this case again, believing the two to be linked, and thus part of a serial murder case. Forensic experts had performed the autopsy, had different opinions, as the way the murderer created the sculptures was messy and orderless in the Arthur Forey Town case, while the mutilation of the singer sculpture murder case was highly skillful. Detective Gadget holds reservation on to the opinions. Okay. Police notice all public security bureaus, PBS of Alter State, September the 7th, 2126, the Arthur Forey Town and Starlight City sculpture murder cases are now considered to have been committed by the same suspect. Currently the suspect is still on the loose, so police forces from all over the state will work together to track down the murderer. Suspect information: gender male, age 20 to 25 years old, height about 170 centimeters. The suspect is slightly thin in stature and is likely to be mentally disordered. The suspect is believed to be isolated, unsociable, and capable of avoiding detection. As the two crime scenes are quite distant from each other, it's very likely that the suspect has a personal vehicle and was able to enter the crime scene ahead of time and wait patiently for his target. All police forces should note that they are required to check all vehicles and people coming to the state to keep a good record of the relevant information. Someone with connections to the police recently revealed that the singer Cheryl's murder is part of a serial murder case, that the murderer still remains on the loose. A reporter questioned the police spokesman during the press conference about the rumour, but did not receive a direct answer. As the watchdog for civilian personal security, we sincerely hope that the police can take the appropriate action instead of covering up all our failings by holding back the truth. Man, there's a lot to go through here. Hope you don't mind reading all this, but I think we need to know what's going on. Okay, we have newspaper clipping. Yesterday, the famous female singer Cheryl was found murdered in her dressing room mere minutes before she was due to perform at City Hall. Her mutilated body parts were found combined with those of her robot assistant into a religious sculpture by City Hall staff, said an anonymous source. Was this atrocity committed by the radical and fanatic congregation? So far, no religious organisation has claimed responsibility for the murder. This is such a brutal and heinous crime. We wonder when the police are going to arrest the suspect. Will there be more victims? We'll follow up on this. So singer sculpture murder file, July 7th, 2126, City Hall, Salt Lake City. So the security staff member found the sculpture made from the victim and the robot's mutilated body parts in the singer's dressing room as he arrived to deliver a 5-minute stage cue on July the 4th, 2126. The sculpture nicknamed Basson the White because of its look. Detective Gadget, who is in charge of the crime scene investigation, found a sign of the new god Basson at the bottom of the sculpture. The rest of the victim's body was put into a container and stored in the victim's personal locket in the theatre. Note, the murderer removed the throat while the victim was still alive, so the chances of organ selling or transplanting is high. Transaction records on the human organ black market should be watched closely for possible clues on the murderer. According to the autopsy report, the throat organ was not found in either the sculpture or among the rest of the body parts. So the missing organ, trachea or throat. Now she was a singer. Is that significant? It's got to be. If you're a singer, the throat is pretty damn important. Okay. The religious sculpture and ceremony arranged both point to a new religious group that worship a new god. I've done research on documents on this new religion and found out that they worship more than one god. Their belief has a strong personal preference. The sign and sculpture of the crime scene points to a god called Person from the Roverism, who stands for fusion and communication. By some special methods, I managed to join the suspicious Roverism and participated in the sacrifice ceremony of the Person followers. These followers are quite extreme, and like most new religions that want fast expansion, most followers are keen on preaching their doctrine. Their sacrifice ceremony looks quite bizarre and incomprehensible, but there is nothing similar to the murderer's ceremony arrangement, and their sacrifice is kind of similar to the shaman ceremony of some tribes in the last century. So I don't think they have anything to do with the murderer, but the murderer might be an independent believer who has mental diseases, or the murderer did this to distract us to mislead the police. Excluding the first case due to insufficient records, all murders prior involved victims with missing organs. The organs were taken away by the murderer, but the reason why is unclear. As per the forensic expert's testimony, the murderer seems to be refining his skills and familiarity with anatomy, but why is he doing this? The forensic expert proposed a possibility during our communications that the murderer has been using the stolen organs to replace some diseased organs. The reason he has been practicing his skills is to help with carrying out organ replacement. Who could be the one that has the diseased organs? In the third case, a pattern similar to that in the summoning ceremony was found at the crime scene in addition to other marks of cult sacrifice. From the look of the crime scene, the murderer is likely to be a follower of some, and he may have committed these murders for a fanatic religious ceremony. From the later cases, the murderer is found to be very precise when it comes to the ceremony setups. Is the murderer mentally disordered? Okay. Can we get to... It's easier if I use my mouse, I think. Oh god, there's loads to read. Okay, I need to read it all though. You can always skip if you're not bothered, but yeah, you probably should find out what's going on. In the last meeting, Victor and various other participants decided that the likelihood of the murderer returning to Starlight City is very small, and the police force should be properly prepared in neighbouring areas. However, following our investigations, my partner and I believe there is more at work than meets the eye. We've got a break. There were 1,766 test targets in this old experiment, and only 157 targets survived. There are 41 descendants of the survivors, and only 11 of them have remained genetically stable after 3 generations. Looking at the sculpture murders so far, the victims are all female, and if we exclude the ones who only have male descendants, the ones left are all ancestors of the serial murder victims. And the last one is John Totti, special investigator of the intelligence agency who died during a drug case. Son Victor Totti, daughter Linda Totti. That was who we saw on that operating table. Yes, Linda Totti is currently studying St. Luster's Girls' College in Musu Zone, Starlight City. Top secret. Reinforced Gene Experiment Code 1887, classification level top secret. The experiment to reinforcing the intelligence of the test targets through genetic modification have been successful. However, it's a shame that there is a high chance of sequela among the descendants of the test targets of this experiment. The descendants will develop diseased organ collapse because of the incomplete inheritance from the modification of chromosome genetic sequences. The test targets of Reinforced Gene Experiment 1887 have a genetic sequence that will respectively affect the pancreas, throat, liver, kidneys and skin. Supposing the missing organ in the Arthur Forey-Town case was the pancreas, then the order of the missing organs in the later murder cases matches the order of the genetic sequence. The murderer is highly likely to be a descendant who kills to replace his diseased organs with the normal organs of the victims. Only descendants of the test targets can meet his requirements. The skin peeling in the 5th case was a small amount, and it was far from enough, as once the skin starts to develop symptoms, it will expand to the whole body. The 5th case is very likely just to be the trial to get the skin, and the murderer is going to kill again in order to complete the skin. God, this sounds so horrific. So we have heard about the genetic modification things before. Okay. So the replaced organs proven through the evidence from the reinforced gene experiment 1887 based on all previous cases. Throat, the liver and the kidneys. Okay. Okay, the file of the High Seas Cruise case. 1st on the 9th, 2127, International Waters, High Sea Cruise. The AED board decided to throw a celebration party following a monumental breakthrough in the latest research of the new chip. The party was arranged on the luxurious cruise ship High Sea belonging to the company president. All board members of the AED were killed in a private conference room aboard the ship. According to witness reports in the crime scene investigation, board members and administrative personnel of AED company were killed during the celebration party. The murder happened on a cruise ship in the international waters, and the ship staff didn't notice anything abnormal, and nothing unusual was captured by the on-site monitor system. Technicians later found the conference room monitor had been modified by the murderer and had been shown a pre-recorded loop under cover of which the murderer killed everyone in the conference room. At the time when the ship was found, 41 people, including people from the AD and ship crew, had been killed. Jeez. Some body parts of the dead were arranged with servant robots into a sculpture of the Messenger of Garden, and a large ceremony set up marked out the bottom of the sculpture with blood. Apart from the body parts that were made into the sculpture, all bodies were cleaned with water and placed carefully on the deck. The liver of one body was confirmed missing after the investigation. So note, the murderer is believed to be a skilled hacker, which is something not noticed in previous cases. In this regard, he may be self-taught. In 2125, the government decided to invest in robot riot police, and AED won the contract. At the time when the new chip was about to be completed, all board members were killed. Afterwards, AED was purchased by IQM, which is now believed to be closely involved with the case. So that one, the liver was missing. Okay, 4 more to read. Okay, we'll start off with this one here. Carbon prison sculpture. So victim Maria, female, Smith. Witness was Smith. Okay, so both the victim and the witness are police prison officers. The witness entered cell box C to find the victim as she was late for the shift change. The witness found the victim and several prisoners killed and mutilated mercilessly. The murderer destroyed a prison service robot violently and made it into a sculpture of the twig of birch, with the mutilated body parts of the dead. CSI later noted a skillful technique was used. The witness then sounded the prison alarm. The monitoring system failed to notice anything or anyone suspicious, and neither did the other prisoners. Like the previous cult sculpture cases, nothing related to the murderer's identity was found at the crime scene. The police are still investigating how the murderer entered the prison, committed the crime and escaped without detection. Note 1. The Special Mission Squad believes that the murderer is very familiar with the prison environment and monitored areas. Suggests that this could have worked at or been incarcerated in a prison before, but there's no further progress in the investigation so far. Note 2. According to the forensic experts, skin peelings were found on the deceased's chest in this case. Okay, I've got another one here. Score Hotel sculpture case. The family of 4 that were on holiday, maybe. The family of 4 that was holiday were killed and mutilated in the hotel room. Some body parts were made into a sculpture of the King of the White Wings. Crime scene investigation records. The murder followed the wife, who went back to the room herself and killed and mutilated her. Her body was made into a sculpture. Husband returned into the room early with 2 children, an 11-year-old boy and 12-year-old girl, after getting the wife's text message. 3 victims were killed and mutilated in a similar way. Part of the bodies were sewed together with body parts of the first victim to make the sculpture. Note, similar to the Singer sculpture murder case and the High Sea Cruise case, there was no fingerprint or other identity information left at the crime scene. The left kidney of the grown-up woman and the right kidney of the girl were not found at the scene. Well, this is actually really horrific. This is not a kid-friendly game. Wow. Okay, so found and retrieved a beak mask after the fight with Noah. There are no traces of skin or hair in the mask, but there are slight traces of liquid. Upon investigation, sweat and soluble cells were found. According to this, the person seems to be without an external skin layer, resulting in residual dissolving cells on the mask. Experts assume that this is the result of a gene mutation. The DNA of this person doesn't match anything known in the gene pools to the point where it's difficult even to call a creature human. So we've got some notes here. Moving to destination 5:20 AM, moving to destination 8:17 AM, arriving 11:03. Can hear explosions coming from the location where the main force is being led by Victor. Continuing the mission. So they rescued Lena Totti. Found the target while extracting. The target detonated the building after its left eye was shot. Were trapped in the collapse. Escaped successfully. So that was basically, we witnessed this in the little sort of cutscene thing there. Okay, is this the last one? Or did they got that middle one as well? We've read that, I think. The federal police have announced the establishment of a special mission squad to deal with the recent serial murder cases. The famous detective Gadget of Starlight City and international security investigator Victor are designated as team leaders. The federal government has put high expectation on the team, and the leaders are very confident of catching the murderer when speaking with the reporters. After the special mission squad was established, the leaders launched a directed effort to identify and catch the culprit. However, the murderer simply directed the police into a trap. The murderer used explosive devices to create chaos and cause panic. And then Gadget. Is this Inspector Gadget? Because Inspector Gadget was not... He looks like... That is Inspector Gadget. I've been wondering when this said is Gadget, whether that was a reference. And yes, that is clearly Inspector Gadget. Which is a bit of a shame because Inspector Gadget was completely incompetent. But we'll see whether this guy is just as incompetent. So joined the police on the 6th of September 2117 and worked in CSI and forensics. He solved several important cases and was lauded as one of the most excellent detectives in Starlight City. Was it him or was it his niece solving everything? And the dog. Anyway, on 5th of August 2126, Gadget was killed in action regarding the sculpture cases. He lost his life while trying to protect innocent civilians. The police team are grieving for Detective Gadget and urge all police work together to catch the murderer so that Gadget didn't die for nothing. God, they killed off Inspector Gadget. Yes, we have read these all now. Wow, so that was a hell of a lot of reading. But I think we kind of needed to do that. To kind of fill us in, because we didn't know anything really about that kind of case. Right, let's grab the gun. Noah. Okay, making corpses of his victims into sculptures of an evil god and leaving behind mysterious religious arrangements and grotesque ceremonies. These are all signature elements of Noah's old and extremely brutal crimes. Yesterday's mysterious package led me to the Underbridge district, and now today's sculpture is pulling me back. With these events all aimed at me, I'm almost convinced he has come back after all this time. I just pray the gangs have left the crime scene untouched. If I'm right about this, Noah will have left me another message there. So it makes you wonder where he's been for the last 13 years and how he's managed to sustain himself if his organs are degrading and he has to keep killing to replace them. There's got to be something to it. Whew, okay, we're back in the Underbridge district. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to have to rest my voice because that was a lot of reading, a lot of information to take in, not a lot of gameplay there. So this game is a little bit slow burn at times, but you know, it is a very story-rich game, and we kind of need to know the story. So hopefully you kind of enjoyed that and didn't find it too frustrating. I think it was important to read it all, but I need to rest my voice for just a few minutes, and then we'll carry on and find out what this is all about in the next episode. So join me back for then, and we'll see. I wonder if we're actually going to see some kind of hideous fusion of flesh and machine. Okay, I'll see you then. Goodbye.